What's going on, everybody? My name is Ron and welcome back to yet another video. Today we got something very special. This is the CaptainRon adjustable from a company called Captain Inc. It's got a high 4.5 stroke, a low 2.3 stroke, full color screen, 2000 milliamp battery. I gotta say, it's a badass liner, a badass color packer. Base price of $160 for the single battery one. I have some very limited discount codes that I will have posted. We'll talk more about those in a second. So you can get the same for 30 bucks off, 130 bucks. It's just an absolute killer deal. This thing's an absolute performer, beast, liner, color packer, just a machine. So I wish I had this thing when I was starting out. Truly awesome machine. So that being said, welcome to the show. Hope you enjoy the video. Don't forget to hit the like button. I love you guys. Alright, you guys, here it is, the CaptainRon adjustable from Captain Inc. We have our nice hard shell case. I do have to say I'm very, very impressed with this thing, especially for the base price of $160 for the single battery. Honestly, you just can't beat it for this price. This thing's an absolute performer. Lays down fat lines, fast color, very, very powerful, and I'm very, very impressed with this thing. And honestly, the company too, just a very fresh, a nice breath of fresh air. They immediately wanted to know after I used it what they could do to make this thing better. I gave them a few options. I gave them a few suggestions, but honestly, I was having trouble thinking of anything besides making the screen brighter and then possibly making like a disposable grip option. Maybe a larger grip option for the people that like the larger grip. I prefer a more narrow grip. It's just something I've gotten used to. Just gives me more control. That's just me though. I know a lot of guys out there prefer a larger grip, but anyway, I can see this company going pretty far. I do have some very limited discount codes that can get you $30 off of this machine right here. So you can get this thing for 130 bucks. Just an absolute killer deal. And like I said, the coupon codes are very limited too. So only available to like 9 people, I believe. So anyways, I'll put more information on this on the screen afterwards, so that way I can get you guys set up. But anyway, the CaptainRon adjustable from Captain Inc. Nice hard shell case, nice little carrying handle. Very small, doesn't take up a whole lot of space, especially if you're a toolbox guy. It does come with a nice Type-C, USB-A to Type-C cord, and it's a nice long one too, not a little bitty guy. It's a nice long one, so I actually use that one to charge all my batteries now. It does have the option of an RCA cord, of course, who wouldn't? And it does have some of these O-rings as well, which is good, just in case. We have our manual here, nice paper manual. Companies, if you're watching this is their slogan here, Captain Hole, Ink Bold. Should have thought of that one. So companies, if you're watching this, keep with the paper manuals. I prefer a paper manual. I just not a big fan of like the QR code. You know, just putting a piece of paper in here with the QR code to scan. I am noticing like a nice metallic finish on the back of this. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's like a metallic, sparkly finish in this paper. Very cool. So anyways, if you guys want to read this, you can pause the screen. We're going to go over 99% of this in the video. So up to you. So we do have, this is the single battery version. For the review machine, it's a single battery. We do offer an engraving service. I do believe the engraving service is free. I do believe it is free. I'm not 100% sure though. I will try to confirm that on the screen. We have our RCA adapter, which is very awesome. Now the Yulong F3, it had a problem with the battery being very easy to pop off. This does not have that problem. It stays on there pretty good. I mean, you get a nice firm clasp. Not going anywhere. So I didn't have a problem with it floating strokes or with the battery popping off or anything like that. I did find out a pretty clever way to wrap this. I don't know if we'll have time to go over it in the video, but I guess if somebody wants to know that, you can just let me know and maybe I'll make it short or something. Now under this slide, I'm also seeing a metallic finish as well. I don't know if you guys see that. I just now noticed that. Sweet metallic finish. I do have to say, I love this lip right here on the grip. It's just like perfect. You know, even I did bring my wrap back a little bit like this way, that way I can get a hold of it underneath here, but that lip is like perfect. Anyway, 4-5 stroke, a high 4-5 stroke. It has a low 2-3 stroke. Now, I didn't find too much difference as far as the strokes go. I did use 4-5, 4-2, and 3-8, but I didn't find too much of a difference between those ones. The 4-5 was very, very hard, so I used that to lay down the fast 11 lines. I'll put a picture in. I did some rework of some really old stuff I did. 4-2 was just like perfect for, you know, anything below 11. I did run the 11 with it at 4-2, but I did find it to work just a little bit faster at 4-5. So, and 3-8, I did some packing with that, and it worked just fine. So, I did find adjusting the stroke to probably just depend on how fast you want to work. So, you know, 4-5, you work a little faster. 3-8 if you want to work a little bit slower. So, anyways, the adjustability's there. Take advantage of it how you want to. That's just how I did it. So. Now it does have these buttons. This is a lot like the FK1 buttons. Exactly, they are the FK1 buttons, which I'll remind you is a $600 machine. This is a $160 machine that had the same buttons. This has a badass screen. The FK1 does not. And here is our screen here. So we have our timer. It has our hertz and MA. I don't know what MA means. Hopefully someone can clarify that for me in the comments. It has MA right there in the bottom, hertz up here. We have our battery, and right now it's on the regular start. You can jump start it as well. So I'll show you how to do the jump start. So the jump start is pretty simple. It's just like every other machine. To start it with the jump start, you just double tap. And then we can see there we have our jump start enabled. You can see it right here below the battery. And M1 is our first memory mode. M2, M3. Now I'm not too, I didn't really take advantage of the memory modes. I just, you know, I'm sure if you really wanted to, you can. I don't really mind it too much. It's cool that it's there. It's cool that it's offered. And yeah, that's just pretty much it. So yeah, $160 for fitting all this in one machine, and adjustability is just crazy. And the performance of this thing is just top notch. Definitely very awesome. It has a range of 4 to 12, I believe. I will confirm that on the screen. They did take the time to carve my name into it, which is very awesome. Very fitting, this being the Captain one. So I did use most of this at 8 volts. It is very quiet. It's running right now. Now I don't remember if this thing has the actual live hertz reading, or if it's a static number. I do see it kind of moving. Yeah, we're at 3.8 right now, so 103 hertz with the cart in. Yeah, so it's an actual live hertz reading. You guys seen it here first. Actual live hertz reading, which is once again is very impressive. That is just something that lip is just like perfect. Very strong, very consistent hit. Feels very direct drivey, even though it's not. This has a very stiff hit. An absolute performer. So to go through to adjust our volts, we just go up and down here. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but you can actually hear the volts changing when we change it. Now I'm sure if you want to turn it down really low, you can get some really nice super soft shades with this thing. I'm not done using this thing. I actually really enjoyed using this, and I am definitely going to use it more in the future. A lot of the times, you know, when I get sent these machines, I will use it just so I can give you guys an honest opinion on them, and then they get thrown into the closet. But this thing, I really enjoyed using it. Something about it having my name on it too makes it very personal. So I just really enjoy using this thing. So The strokes are true as well. So of course with these adjustable machines, you want to turn the machine off when you adjust the stroke. I don't know if you got very strong. Very strong. Yeah, I found that lining with it at the 4542 on 8 volts. You know, it doesn't sound like it's flying, but it is just a good, nice voltage for me, especially with this thing. It just was doing some pretty fast lines. It's an 11 liner, and typically when I'm using an 11, I have to really slow down until my machine this way and kind of drag and just let it fucking do its work. But this thing, it was just, you know, I did kind of set it this way and drag, but it was just like I was just putting them down, and it was just like, man, it's super impressive. I'll put a picture of the 11 liners I did brush in some yellow with this as well. So yeah, so far super impressed with this thing. I'm definitely going to keep on using it. Nice big 2000 milliamp battery, has a timer, it has an actual true hertz reading. Just absolutely just blows my mind that you're able to fit this all into a machine for $160. It almost makes me sick to my stomach. Not for these guys, but for like some of the other bigger companies, that what they are charging us and then what we are actually receiving for that money. It's just blows my mind. So yeah, something to think about, something to chew on, guys. So here's the RCA adapter. It is a little clunky. That is one thing I mentioned to them was, you know, maybe put a little bit more thought in the RCA adapter. I'm sure with standard cord, it's just fine. You know, it doesn't feel much different from here than having the battery in it. But when you plug a battery into this thing with the RCA adapter, it just gets, you know, quite large. So yeah, that's really my only complaint. That and the screen could always be a little brighter. It's not illegible by any means, but it just, and I'm sure they do it to save battery. Just kind of a sacrifice you have to make. But yeah, it works just fine with the battery. I highly recommend, as soon as you get the machine, you charge it all the way up first, all the way to 100. Yeah, it works just fine here. But yeah, badass liner, badass color packer. Just an awesome performer, all for under $200, under $170. So just crazy. And if you use my discount codes, you can get this thing for like 130 bucks and even cheaper, I believe, with that. So I have a couple options. All right, guys, so quick update. So if you use code CaptainRon, it's only good for 3 people, so 3 orders, you can get $30 off this machine right now. The other option is I'll post it right here right now. It will be 10% off your entire order, and that's good for as many times as it need to be. So I highly suggest using those, taking advantage of those if you're the first 3 people to be the lucky ones to do it, and also use my affiliate link down below. So yeah, definitely take advantage of that. It helps support the channel. You know, I work my butt off trying to get a hold of these people so I can get some nice videos out for you guys. So yeah, help support the channel if you are so inclined to do. It's very much appreciated. So let's take it down to our 2.3. Let's see how we can get some nice feel off that. Yeah, like I was saying, you know, there's not a whole lot of difference between the strokes. I mean, it's still hitting pretty hard, but what you can do to take advantage of your strokes is just depending on how fast you want to work. So, you know, if you want to turn it down to a low stroke, you know, your stroke's going to be shorter, so it's going to be, you know, in the skin a lot more frequent, so you can work a little bit faster, I believe. I might have got that mixed up in the beginning, but you guys know what I mean, so. But yeah, a little bit softer, you know, not tremendous. You know, unfortunately, there's just more to it than changing the stroke. You know, there's people like Akis that put a lot of time into and engineering into figuring that stuff out. And just, you know, unfortunately, there's a little bit more nuance to it than that. And that's just the way it is. So that's just the way it is. But yeah, the Captain One adjustable, this thing is absolutely awesome. I'll have some discount codes and my affiliate link. If you want to use my affiliate link and my discount codes, I'll have them pinned in the comments. I'll have them posted up right here. I'm going to just kind of talk a little bit so I can take the time to set them up here in post and give you guys a chance to take advantage of them. If you do, it would be truly awesome. It really does help me out. Like I said, I do you know, out of all my spare time, I go and find these places and these companies to see if they want to work with me. And you know, a lot of the times it doesn't work, but sometimes it does. And so it's a lot of work, a little bit of payout, and yeah, it's been great working with these guys. They're very you know, they're very open. You know, just so, you know, some companies like CNC, they're just so out of touch, and these guys are just so, you know, it's just a breath of fresh air just to be talking to them. So if you want to do nothing but create good machines, you know, a badass price. They do offer the engraving service as well. This is really well done. It looks great. It's very personal. And yeah. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Like I said, discount codes, affiliate link, I'll have all that stuff. I'll have it pinned down in the description. So don't forget to go down there and check it out. I highly, highly recommend picking this thing up and giving it a run, especially if it's going to be your first machine or you're not happy with your first machine. This thing can carry you from your beginning of your journey a few years into your career without a doubt. This thing is just absolutely just killer. So yeah, that's going to be all for me. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all you guys' time. I'll see you in the next one. I love you. Peace.